Good morning. Get on in here. I'll get us a little music going. Let's see if I can get that turned on. There it is. And I got my trusty little iPod. Let's see if it works. If it needs charging, I have to check it once a week. And then I'm going to go back here and back here. Click there. Yep, have to talk myself through it. There's my sister. And here we go. Yep. Come on in, everybody. You are in the No Whining Zone.
Well, my sink is shining, but I'm not whining. I'm flying. I'm just a baby stepping in and not obsessing. I'm flying. I've got my list of things to do, and I'm ready for action in my lace-up shoes. Well, I'm no martyr, I'm just working smarter. I'm flying.
Good morning again. Come on in here. I got a funny story to tell you. Well, it's not funny. I just heard it from Scott Adams. And so we have so much to be thankful for, y'all. We really do have so much to be thankful for. We may have our own little aches and pains and ailments and chronic problems or whatever, but this poor man has been through so much in his lifetime. And for the last 12 years, he hasn't been able to smell anything. And all of a sudden, he's taken prednisone to reduce some polyps in his sinuses and in his eustachian tube. And yesterday morning, he could smell the coffee. I wake up every morning and smell the coffee, and I take it for granted. So I am thankful to be able to smell the coffee. His favorite food for the last 3 years has been sushi. Because he has no sense of smell, he can't taste it. I mean, he can taste the sweet, he can taste the sour, he can taste the salty, but he couldn't taste the nuances of sushi. This is so funny. And he didn't put any wasabi or anything on his sushi, and so he tasted it last night. And he says the worst thing he ever tasted in his life. And I just died laughing. It's an acquired taste, I guess. But I gotta have soy sauce and sushi, soy sauce and wasabi with mine. But it's neither here nor there. But he said he smelt his dog for the first time, and he smelt his girlfriend, and he went to the grocery store and he had to get out of there because it was too much for him. Because there's too many smells. He said he could even smell the labels on things. So I guess it's like a hound dog. He's got this sense of smell, and it's just overwhelming. And he's trying to read his book. So it's going to be interesting. He's third day into his reading his book, and that's the hardest thing I've ever done. If it hadn't been for Leanne, I don't know what I would have done when we were reading Body Clutter together. It was just so powerful. It was an overwhelming experience for me because I'm not a good reader out loud. I can read, and when you've written the book and you're trying to read the book, oh my goodness, it's a whole different level. Because and then the editors had a hold of your book, and so you kind of lose your voice just a little bit. Well, in the writing, you lose your voice, so you want to say what you would have said, and they edited it out because it wasn't quite right. It is a difficult thing to do. So my hat's off to anybody that can read their own book out loud into a microphone and people listening to you. This is a hard thing to do. Last year around Halloween, I did it for the Chaos Cure book, wherever that book is. I can't. So let's get first things first. Our Chaos to Clean book. We are in day 11. This is my son's birthday. He was born at 12:20 on September the 11th. And this is a good one. Day 11. Day 11. You can't organize clutter. You have to get rid of it. You know, I wouldn't be able to talk to you every day if this room was still cluttered. I wouldn't be able to do it because this room used to be piled to the ceiling with stuff. And let's see what the quote of the day is. You can't organize clutter. You have to get rid of it. So, folks, get rid of your clutter. It is standing in the way of your happiness, your peace, your joy, everything that is good in life. Clutter is sucking it right out of you. So let's get rid of the clutter and find what true joy really is. Having a home that automatically cleans itself. Leanne showed up yesterday. I did one thing for her to come. One thing. And I took my rubber scrubber. I took my rubber scrubber and I cleaned off my couch cushions. I try to keep pillows on the couch to keep the dog and the cat off, but it doesn't work. So I really gave it a 15-minute workout and it was really an upper body workout for me. It's amazing. So, and the secret to the rubber scrubber on a cushion is to go at it at an angle like this. To go at it at an angle like this. And and just do little pieces. Let me see if I can do it on here. Like that. And bam, that couch was clean in less than 15 minutes, really. Less than 15 minutes. So, Office in a Bags are back in stock. Get yours ordered today. You can use 20% discount. Family 170, I believe, is the code this week. I'm mixed up because I'm trying to get ahead for next week. So, it's Family 170. So I still got some coffee left. It won't be much for long. It's great to remove. Yep, it's we got a testimony where they use it on wet hair on children, and it's really good. It doesn't make them cry, although it's not real good on my hair. I don't know. I can't. But I used to have really long hair, and it was hard, and people who have children with long hair, you make hair combing torturous. I mean, torturous. By starting at the top of their head and combing down. All you're doing is making mats in the hair. The way to comb long hair, and I know because I had it for a lot of years, is to, if you've got long hair, let me see, what can I use? Okay, I'll use the multi-wand for an example. Watch this. Okay, here's the multi-wand. Think of this as being long hair. Long hair. When you've got a child with long hair, and I'm gonna use the rubber scrubber to illustrate. You start at the bottom of the hair. And then you work up. Getting all the tangles out. Work up slowly, just slowly working up to get the tangles out. And it's going to be less torturous for your babies. And I used to have a comb, and it was a big comb, and when I would wash my hair in the shower, I would do that in the shower. I would pull my hair around front, and I would comb all the tangles out in the shower, and then pat it all dry. Yep, sometimes mamas do a good job of teaching, and I get to be mama to all of you, and help you to not make your children go nuts. go nuts. And it keeps you from breaking hair off. I mean, I did not have lots of broken ends. Now, occasionally I would have to trim the ends off my hair, but it was all the way down to the backside, almost to my legs at my butt. So I had really long hair. So please share our videos with everybody. You help, and you have entered, guess what? Drum roll, please. A no whining zone. Yep, a no whining zone. So folks, yesterday was day 2 of the hot melt sprint. And I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it at how good I feel. I mean, I showed a picture last night on the hot melt sprint group of my toes, my feet, my hands. The inflammation is gone. And guess what else? My eyes aren't itchy. Because inflammation leaves every cell in your body. So when you have inflammation, it swells up the tear ducts in your eyes to keep your eyes moisturized. So I was getting ready to go to bed last night, and I didn't even need to my eyes weren't itchy or dry or anything. And dry eyes kind of run in our family, probably because we don't do well with gluten. And my grandmother had really dry eyes, and her eyes stayed red all the time. And I didn't even need the eye drops. I used them, but I didn't need them. So tonight I might not use them. We'll see. I have plenty of saliva because everything is working. The inflammation, my rings are loose for the first time in 20 years practically. It's just crazy. I'm not weighing. I am not weighing right now. It's hard to not weigh. I've been weighing for 15 years every day, and it's just, I just had to cover my scale up with a bag and then put a laundry hamper on it. So this soup that we made, that Leanne made, and I made a pot of it last night to take to my sister, and I'm going to bag it up today and freeze it for her. This soup is full of nutrients. Nutrition is the key here. And no dairy in my life. Dairy makes me clogged up, so that causes inflammation. No gluten, and all of a sudden I have fingers and toes. And I cut the salt out. Yeah, I flipped that switch. I've got to get me a switch. I have got to find me a switch to put on a little board and hold up and say, I flipped the switch on salt. I didn't even put salt in my soup yesterday because I didn't want it. I had some bone broth that was a little bit on the salty side that I put in it that I had in the freezer. I do ice cubes. I reduce down my bone broth and do ice cubes. And so I put chicken broth in it and then threw these ice cubes of bone broth, reduced bone broth, into my pot. And oh my goodness, 4 or 5 of the cubes were ham that I had done up into a bone broth for seasoning for beans and stuff. So I just cleaned out my freezer of all my bone broth cubes. And it was a heavenly smell. So I'm excited about everything pretty much. When you feel this good and you're getting things done and you have more energy than you've ever had, and Leanne and I, she'll tell you about it on her show at 1 o'clock, so join us. But there are some inspirational little videos on our group, and they're going to make you cry. They're going to make you cry because Leanne and I cried yesterday. So my hat's off to all these ladies who are motivating each other And we're in this together. We are in this together. And let's see what somebody's saying about kidneys. Yeah, so getting rid of the salt for me, when I figured out, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but when I figured out I was needing to take blood pressure medicine because I had too much salt in my body. And if I would just eliminate the salt, then maybe eventually at my next checkup, I can eliminate the blood pressure medicine. But I need to lose some weight before then. And so far this summer, as of Monday when I weighed, I'd lost 12 pounds. 12 pounds this summer. Losing weight in the summertime has never been something I could do because Robert and I like ice cream. I'll be honest, we like ice cream. And Leanne and I are going to figure out how to make ice cream. Yep, we're going to figure it out. She has got, because whipping cream has no carbs in it. It has no carbs in it. And it has a lot of good fat in it. So we're going to do something with that. We are going to do something with that. And it's going to be fun to be a part of coming up with that great recipe. But we're not doing it this week. This week is our hot melt sprint. And go over to savingdinner.com/sprint and get signed up for her emails that are going to come out every day. Do it now. Be a part of this. We're going to do it every month in Zone 2. Each month in Zone 2, when we're in a full week in the kitchen, we are going to do the hot melt sprint. It kind of just re-energizes us to the healthy aspects of eating nutritious food that is good for our bodies. And it's simple food, not processed food. A salad, a soup that is just to die for. I mean, it is the most flavorful soup I've ever put in my mouth. And a little piece of protein the size of a deck of cards. That's it. A little piece of protein and we're good to go. We're good to go. They have posted some amazing pictures of food. So it's Anti-Procrastination Day. We need to get some things done. I've been running my mouth a little bit too much. But hey, we're in the kitchen today. So I want you to go stand at your kitchen sink. Everybody, get up and go to your kitchen sink. And put your back to your sink. Now, get you a piece of paper and a pen, and I have mine right here, and I'm going to do it in my head. I can imagine my kitchen right now. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look to the left in your kitchen. Your back is to your kitchen sink. I want you to look to the left and what needs to be done. Left. I need to wipe down my canisters. CANIST. My red canisters that keep my coffee and stuff in it, they need to be wiped down. Okay. Number 2, we're going to look to the right. I have some stuff I didn't throw away last night that need to be taken off my, just clear the counter. Now I want you to turn around and look in your sink. And if it's not shining, what are you going to do? We're going to shine the sink. Number 4, you look down into the sink. We're going to look straight ahead. You're facing your kitchen sink right now. You're going to look straight ahead. And are there water spots and stuff on your window? Are there flowers that need to be pruned or whatever? We're going to deal with our kitchen window. If you don't have a kitchen window over your sink, then you get to take a break. Number 5, let's look down, turn around again. Your back is to the sink. Let's look at the floor. And do you need to mop the floor? Is there a spill on the floor? And then last but not least, and it's always Anti-Procrastination Day for us, let's clean out our refrigerator. And I'm just talking about pulling the stuff, science projects out of there. Let's try it. So I'm gonna get my little trusty dice right here. I got it. We have 6 things on our list. That's my list. You can have your own list, but let's stick together here. I'm gonna roll the dice, and we're gonna get some stuff done on Anti-Procrastination Day. Number 6 is let's head to the refrigerator. I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I'm going to give you a little extra time to clear out the refrigerator. Straighten it up. You know, if you want to dump some things in your crock pot to do a surprise chicken, you can do that too. Cleaning out condiments, marinara, all kinds of little packets of stuff. And let's get that stuff in your crock pot, and you can throw some chicken thighs in there, and you got dinner. You have got dinner. So let's see what else. Yep, today is my son's birthday, and he is he's the only reason I feel old, y'all. I'll tell you that. He turns 45 today. And it's just hard to believe that 45 years have gone past. I can't believe it. You know, I remember the day he was born, and we went to the nursery to see him because you went into the delivery room at that time. It wasn't in your own room giving birth, and we went to the delivery room. And Justin weighed, now get this, when he was born, he weighed 9 pounds and 11 ounces. And he was born on 9/11. Well, how does that happen? So I think he was kind of anointed. And 11's run in our family. I mean, my great-grandmother was born on February the 11th. I was born on January the 11th. My niece was born on my birthday, a few years after Justin was born. So you see, 11's run in our family. So Justin's born September the 11th. And he weighed 9 pounds and 11 ounces. And he was this nice little plump baby. I mean, he was just as cute as he could be. He had cheeks. And at that time, they used forceps to deliver children sometimes if there were issues. And there wasn't any issues, but he had big shoulders. And so he had this forceps bruise on his cheek. And his dad and I are standing at the nursery window looking. There's only 3 babies in there. And there's some teenage girls standing beside us. And this one teenage girl spouts out. I will never forget it. She says, "Look at that fat, ugly one." And it's my baby. It's my little boy that she's saying that about. And I'm just kind of like, huh? But I didn't say anything. But I was good. But he's handsome. He's a good daddy. He is a wonderful man, and he helps take care of all of you. He helps me to be Fly Lady. He helps me to be what I need to be, because he takes care of the business part of everything, and I get to talk to you twice a day and be involved in your lives while he takes care of the things that help keep me from having to do it. Okay, it's time. Leanne, when you get frustrated, somebody needs to hold you back. I'm telling you. I know her. Okay, I got the dice. I'm going to roll it again. Are you ready? It's a 2. Okay, number 2 on my list is clean the right counter on the right side of my sink. No. We're facing out, so it is the right side of my sink, but my back's to the sink. So that's the counter I'm going to wipe down and clear off, and I got a couple of things on there I need to throw away. So I'm setting the timer for 2 minutes. We're going to clear off a counter. 2 minutes. So women, you know, when I went into labor with Justin, he was a week late. He was due on the 2nd. And that last week of any pregnancy is tough on everybody. And I was just so thankful to be done with it. So I went into labor about 7 o'clock, and we lived about 30 minutes from the hospital. And I couldn't reach my legs to shave them, nothing. But I wanted to take a bath before I went to the doctor for delivery. And so my mother-in-law is just having a fit. You've got to go, you've got to go, you've got to go right now. So we got over there, I'd say about 10 o'clock at night. And Justin was born in 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it was just fast delivery, and I was happy to have it all over with. Oh my, I can't imagine taking. Now they really don't mess up babies in the minute they're born. You're linked together with color coded stuff, and it's just amazing how they protect babies, and the babies stay right with mother. This is a good thing. I know that's how it was with Sarah and Ethan both. They were born in the hospital room. Anyway, so we've done. Here we got 4, 3, 2, 1. I got the dice. You ready? Number 5. And this is, for me, it was my kitchen floor. I'm going to touch up my kitchen floor. I mopped it on Monday. Oh, I got to sneeze, y'all. Pardon me. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Okay, I'm setting the timer. We're doing number 5. Number 5. And we're going to deal with our floor. Yep, y'all got some good ones for yourself. This is great. We're getting stuff done. Drink up. Get some water in you while you're doing it. I love my coffee in the morning. I can't imagine not being able to smell coffee. It makes me happy. Happy. Coffee and bacon. 2 things that make me happy. Yep. Coffee and bacon. So the timer's going. We got 1 minute and 12 seconds left. We're either doing something with the floor or whatever your number 5 is. Yeah, this is much better than the old Fly Lady chat rooms, because we can really get some stuff done here. And there's a lot of people here. It only says 286, but that's probably 10 times that. Because I don't know why it only shows 284. But, yeah. Bacon next week. Yep, I'm watching your comments while y'all are getting stuff done. I'm just sitting here talking. Life is good. I've got a load of laundry in. Last bit of my laundry was 3 pair of jeans, and Robert had 3 pair of jeans, so we put 6 pairs of jeans in our washing machine, and that's the last bit of dirty laundry we've got. So we got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I haven't marked off what we've done so far. I lost my Sharpie. We've done 6 and 5 and 2. Okay. 6 and 5 and 2. I'm going to roll the dice. Got a 5 again. Well, I better turn it around and do I got a 2. Okay. Here we go. Still got a 2. I got a 1. My canisters. I'm wiping down my canisters. I've got some red canisters, and then I have a cereal canister and a nut canister and a sunflower seed canister that Robert uses to make his granola in the morning a couple of times a week. So, yum. So let's wipe down our canisters because they can get nasty and you don't even realize it. Sometimes when I don't have a full load of dishes, I'll empty the things out of my canisters and run them through the dishwasher when I need to fill up my dishwasher. So we're doing number 1. That's a good one. That is a good one right there. Clean it, wipe down the counter doors. Uh-oh, I didn't set the timer. Ready, set, go. So my son always wanted to be a weatherman from the day when he was 5 years old. He knew what he wanted to be when he grew up. That was just it. He wanted to be a weatherman. He loved the weather. And I think it was because we had a blizzard. We had a blizzard and it got really cold and we had thunder snow. And it made a mark on him that really just touched his life. And he has been a weather nut ever since. And he is my personal weatherman. Now, he went to college to be a weatherman. And he loves it. It's his hobby. It is his passion. But he gave up his passion for you and me. And it's been hard for me knowing that he gave up his passion, but he still loves it and he still does it. He doesn't get on TV and do weather, but he'll get on here with me and talk to you about weather, and he'll keep up with everything. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. One time when Hurricane Charlie was going to hit Florida, we watched that hurricane together. We weren't in the same room, but we were watching the same radar and refreshing. And we watched that hurricane turn right into Punta Gorda, Florida. And we had people in Punta Gorda, Florida. So it's fun to be part of his passion. And you know, he hadn't figured out a way to get paid for it yet, but he loves it. Okay. Number 1 we did. We need 3 and 4. Y'all say, let's get a 3 or a 4, everybody. Got a 6. Got another 6. Turn it around. Put the 6 down. Got a 3. We got a 3. He could do a YouTube channel for that. We got a 3. So number 3 is shine your sink. Yep, let's go shine our sinks, everybody. If you got something else, another type of 3 on there, then, wipe out your sink. If it's already shiny, you get to take a break. So I'm setting the timer, 2 minutes. We're going to get this done. Yep, minute 48 seconds. I'm reading some of your comments. How sweet are y'all? You're lifting each other up, helping each other. This is good. This is what's happening on our Hot Melt Sprint group too. They're encouraging me. They're encouraging Leanne. They're encouraging each other. And it's really working. It's so good. It's really so good. I am so proud of everybody that is jumped in to flip those switches to get rid of what's going on, get rid of the negativity in our head, get rid of the soda, get rid of the salt, get rid of the cheese and the carbs right now. We can do anything for 7 days. We really can. 7 days. 7 days is all it takes. Just 7 days. We can do anything for 7 days. And then we can go back and have a little cheese. We're getting rid of the inflammation. I just can't get over. I have skinny fingers. I never knew I had skinny fingers. Never knew it. And I have toes and ankles, not cankles. So this is just a powerful, seeing this inflammation leave me. Many years ago, I went to the doctor, and Dr. Neal said, you have an inflammation issue. And Robert was with me. Leanne might have been with me too. But we went to Dr. Neal, and he said, on a scale of 1 to 10, your inflammation is a 15. We've got to do something about that. And I bet you I have no inflammation right now. None. Okay. We need a 4. We got a 2. We got a 5. Got a 6. Got a 1. We're never going to get the 4, but we will. Got a 3. 5. Another 1. Another 3. 5. Okay, here we go. It's going to be a 4 this time. 2. You know, we could go on forever like this. How long is it going to take to get a 4? 3. 1. Finally! We're doing number 4. That's your kitchen window, if you're just using my list. See if you've got any water spots and stuff on your kitchen window. If you don't have a kitchen window, dust whatever's there. Yep. Let's set the timer. 2 minutes. And just look at what we've gotten done. We got to tell Justin happy birthday and do a little reminiscing about when he was little. And, you know, life is good. There's a lot to be thankful for. A lot to be thankful for. Yep. It's a lot to be thankful for. So I have one more drop of coffee. Good to the last drop. Yep. And that soup. Oh my. Here's the secret of the soup. It's all fresh vegetables. Green onions. It's wonderful. Fresh. You saute the green onions in some ghee, which is clarified butter. And you do the onions, then you do some celery. Robert doesn't like the smell of celery cooking, so I had to turn the fan on. He said, your husband would be much happier if you turn that vent fan on. I said, you reserve the right to tell me to turn the fan on anytime to suck it out, because I don't think about turning the fan on, because I don't cook that often. There's zucchini, there's cabbage, there's cauliflower, and it's all chopped up. And you stir it around in the ghee and get it going. And then you put some salt and pepper if you want to. I didn't put any salt and pepper in mine. Because I put the chicken broth and then my bone broth cubes, which gave it such an amazing flavor. And yum. This was to die for. It smelled so good cooking. And the secret to having a great soup, the ghee is clarified butter. You sauteed it as a doesn't have whey products. It's just the fat, and you can get it at a higher temperature to saute the veggies and get them sort of roasted, and it's just wonderful. And you put some thyme in there. You can mix this soup up. You can break up some cilantro in your bowl and add the soup to it, and put a little cumin in it and have a Mexican soup or tortilla soup without tortillas. Or you can put some spinach in the bottom of your bowl, drop a sliced up avocado on top, and it's just absolutely to die for. You can mix this up and do lots of, you can add some oregano to it and sort of have an Italian soup. And you can change it up every day if you want just a little bit of flavor. I like the flavor the way it is, but I like that spinach, and I didn't know I liked spinach in my soup. So I break up the fresh spinach leaves, 4 or 5 of them, and then put the hot soup on top of it, and it's just wonderful. So join us. We're going to have some fun. And if you want to jump in right now, savingdinner.com/sprint, you may just need to do an extra 3 days. And then next week you can jump right in with us. You can jump right in next month on Zone 2. We're going to do this again. Every time we're in Zone 2, we're going to do the hot melt sprint. Well, celery, I don't know why it would cause you to gag unless you were forced to eat it as a kid. I've never heard of it, but I've never heard of anybody else being allergic to honey either. So